Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen, now we not a minute late. Seen him down bad, now they tryna hate. Same ones try to hit me for the raise. Got a mail, now they coming with a blaze. Check the numbers, fam, I swear I'm getting paid. I'm a Don just like the Perrier. It's one time when I'm looking at a face. On the low like I'm pushing up the bass. Come down and I'll meet him at a gate. Got a check and I bought myself a place. They get some money and they blow it on bait. I don't flex but I'm pushing all the weight. Told them all I swear I got it's what it takes. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen, now we not a minute late.
At the night, all I wanna do is love, I don't wanna fight. Why you coming at me telling me to get in line? I can see the pride coming up out your eyes, I'm not surprised. How can I do this? You sound like Judas, confide in the doula. I see mountain trying to move her, you live for the moolah. That's kinda cool, I'm frying the noodles. You pray to Buddha, I bow to Yeshua, I ain't that foolish, no. I've been on the road too long, the Pro Tools broke, but folks who hope. They got anxiety, but cope with dope. Why you think they listen to NF? Why you think we go to service, never hear the message? Attention span gone, the Instagram one. We give the bread off for likes to get on. We build a kingdom, but where was God's son? I don't need no spot at your table, I'm here to see his will done.
Holla, 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 don't forget about the game, yeah. If it ain't about progression, better get it out my face. And show by your aggression, but we running our whole race. You can't stop the blessing, film, just get up out our way.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't ever going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles morning live stream, which is sometimes usually around 9:30 to 10 o'clock. But what is going on, Mafia? We got some super exciting price action going on today. Well, I guess technically last night. But guys, listen, last night on the live stream, when we put 57K mega pump on the thumbnail, we did not mean Bitcoin go up right this second. Well, I thought it was going to take at least a couple of days, but it looks like Bitcoin decided to shoot up and hit that key target of about $57,000. These are two major targets that we had hit almost to the dollar in the past couple of days. We finally saw that target come in. What does this mean for Bitcoin? Although it does make me a little bit nervous that we've been doing nothing but basically going up for quite a while. This could be a little bit alarming, guys, but what does this mean for the future of Bitcoin going into the next few weeks? Can we potentially see a new all-time high before the halving? This is a big question that I've been getting asked recently on my nighttime live stream, the main live stream at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I want to talk about the probabilities of potentially making a new all-time high before the halving, although we have never seen that happen before. So I want to talk about exactly what I would be looking at if we are going to continue to pump, but we are hitting some pretty key resistance. So I want to show you guys the key levels. This is probably going to be a pretty quick live stream, about 30-ish minutes, guys. I have a very, very exciting meeting with some other creators that you guys may or may not know. You guys probably know them. But I wanted to give you guys this update in the morning as we've gotten this super exciting move. Guys, and before we jump into the charts, I just want to say we are within about a 20% move of all-time highs. So shout out to anybody. You know, I'm not saying that we can't just absolutely come down from here, but shout out to anybody who made it through this brutal bear market. You know, it's not until you zoom out and see the price so creepily close to that previous all-time high that you're thinking like, man, we have come a very, very long way as we have started this YouTube channel in the beginning of the bear market. So we saw this thing come all the way down, and then we educated the Mafia on how to make money trading crypto, whether the price is going up or down throughout the entire bear market. And shout out to Blue Punk Rocker, dropped this really nice chat saying, bro, this channel has changed my life. You've taught me how to fish. Can't thank you enough, Frankie. Shout out to Blue Punk Rocker. We've been getting a lot of messages like this, and I just want to remind you guys, this is exactly why I do this YouTube channel. This is why I keep going. I keep making the videos. I keep showing up on the lives. It's because of comments like this and the DMs that we get every single day. So shout out to the Mafia. I know you guys are crushing it out there. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. Give Armand some love in the chat, guys. Shout out to Devon. Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company. What is going on? We got Zach, Medic Money, Donato Cabrera in the chat. Maybe a Band-Aid. And last but not least, we got, we already said what's up to Devon. We got Flat Smack in the chat. So go ahead and flat smack that like button. All the likes that we get on this stream, it will be added to the wheel of pain and pleasure, which will get you guys a bunch of free crypto on Friday. We'll also be giving away 5 Frankie Candles hats. And with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump on into this saucy price action, guys. So here we are on the Bitcoin chart, and as you guys know, on last night's live stream, we were watching price, or we were excited about price coming up to our key target here, which was that previous value area high from that Bybit volume profile pulled from the top of the bull market here. You can see that volume profile in all of its glory. This was one of those reasons we were expecting when we were down here below 47K, or I guess below 48K. We were looking for that next move up to our previous value area high. And one of those big things that were making us expect that level to get hit was the fact that we had this value area high laying on the charts, and we know these levels act as magnets. And then the next day we came on the live stream. Price was literally sitting right at that level. And as we were celebrating that, we were talking about, hey guys, like what are the chances that we heat up to our next key level? And if we do break out, what is that next level to be looking at? And that is where we pulled up those key levels. Let me go ahead and pull them up. These are the levels we were looking at last night as we were kind of chilling down here. Looking at the weekly naked point of control, as well as the 786 Fibonacci retracement level sitting at about 57.6. And guys, to my surprise, I got some notifications on my phone, and we simply pulled up the chart, and we wicked right up into that weekly naked point of control, acting as a magnet, as we like to see these MPOCs do. And like I said, we put 57K mega pump question mark on the thumbnail. I didn't expect it to happen that day, but it looks like Satoshi be watching our thumbnails. I wonder who Satoshi is and who is watching our thumbnails, but they yeeted it up right to that key level, guys. Really, really nice to see that play out. I was telling the premium Discord last night, like, this is what makes me love the craft of technical analysis so much. It's cool stuff like this to see your levels get hit almost perfectly, and just see things play out as they should, you know, or the way that the TA gods wanted them to. It's really, really nice to see that happen. And here's the really, really exciting thing, guys. We're going to go over some key local levels to the upside. I want to talk about kind of what is going on up here and what we can expect in the short term. But before we do that, I want to talk about the long term, guys, and what this could potentially mean. What are those levels of resistance between us, any potential new all-time high? And to be quite honest with you guys, there really isn't that much. So right now, guys, you can see we actually slightly front ran this 786 Fibonacci retracement level. Now, this is the macro 786 retracement level, the same fib pull that we were looking at when we were looking for that macro golden pocket to get hit. This is the 786 from that Fibonacci pull from the all-time high all the way to the all-time low. This was another reason why we were expecting a potential move to this level. Not only was that weekly naked point of control going to act as a magnet, but we knew that because we were above that golden pocket, that next retracement level is going to likely be that 786, where we do need to be careful of some potential rejections or pullbacks. So, many reasons. And we were also even looking at the heat map, talking about the likely liquidity that was sitting between this value area high and these next key levels. So just a lot of reasons to expect that move up. But again, I did not expect it to happen like right after we ended the live stream. But can't complain when it happens that nicely. Shout out to Holiday. Thank you so much for that super chat, bro. Said, rocking with the Mafia since the bear market. Shout out to Frankie himself. Made $300K this year trading with the Mafia. Even got my own channel now. Shout out to Holiday. Congratulations, bro. This is literally why we do this, guys. It is messages and chats and DMs like this out there really helping people make money, not just coming up here telling people it's going up forever, it's going up forever. We actually give good information. That's one of the big focuses of this channel. We do nothing but honest analysis. I'm not going to tell you it's going up if I don't think it is. When you make money, whether the price is going up or down, you don't care if it goes up or down. So shout out to Holiday. Congrats on your wins last year, bro. Super happy we were able to help you out with that. And shout out to you, bro. But let's go ahead and continue on. CC Airdrop says, yup, going to 90K soon. But let's talk about if we break this level, what is likely to happen here, guys, as I am limited on time this morning. But here's the thing, guys. There really is not much above us, right? Once we break this 786, actually, if we go ahead and pull up our visible range volume profile, if we pull up that VPVR, you can see now if we zoom out like big time like this, you can see that last high volume node is basically what we are getting stuck on. Once we are able to get above that high volume node, obviously, the volume starts to fall off, and we could potentially enter a new all-time high or enter price discovery, which would obviously come with a brand new all-time high. But if we do zoom in a little bit here, I do want to talk about there is a little bit of volume to be had here. You can see right up here at about 61, I would call it about 61.1. Right about here, you have another high volume node that is likely to give you a little bit of a sticking point. And then I'm not actually going to pull these levels up because they are so close to the all-time high. But these are kind of the two major levels I'm looking at, right? And let me actually just brighten up this. Let me just brighten up the profile so you can see it a little better here. You can see right here, big old high volume node. That's where I'm getting this level from. So if we do shoot up above this 786, you're likely to get snagged up on this potentially. But then once you flip that, guys, there really isn't much in the way. You can see pretty big fall off in volume here. Obviously, you're going to likely slide right through that level because of the lack of volume. And you can see you did have a quick move down right here. Could it result in that quick move up as well? However, $69,182 at that previous all-time high is going to be that next major key level. Now, we do have some NDPOs, naked daily points of control, just underneath that, coming in closer to about 65K. I'm not going to spend I don't have the time to actually just mark these out right now on the chart. However, this is crazy, guys, because, I'm looking at the chart last night, and I'm talking to the premium Discord just saying, guys, like, this is pretty wild. Like, we are essentially a 20% move away from our all-time high. Like, look at this, guys. It's not until you zoom out, you're like, wow, this is not a bull market and bear market anymore. This is a bull market, bear market, and another rip up to all-time highs. It's crazy. When you're in the depths of the bear market, it's like these $69,000 levels, these $60,000 levels seem so out of reach. They seem so far away. And honestly, the sentiment is so bearish at these lows. It's like, oh my God, are we ever even going to get to 50K? And here we are once again. Not only, does the TA play out, giving us a nice bullish divergence divergence on the higher time frames like the monthly and the weekly to give us that bottom. But we are right on track with the 4-year cycle. But the question is, guys, is that 4-year cycle going to change? And it could potentially if we break that 786 and get that bigger move up. So this is that, this is really this level right here at that we're hitting right now, or just slightly front ran the 786 at about 57. At about 57,680, this is the next, the last major thing, right? That high volume node is the next, decent level, but this is really the next big level that I am watching, right? Once we break that high volume node, it does look like we are going to make it up at least to the 65s. But again, those naked daily points of control are just under that all-time high. I'll even actually go ahead and label this we'll just do all-time high. We don't have to do previous because it is the all-time high. So, this is that next level to the upside, guys. And maybe we'll talk about this tonight. Tune into the 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live stream, our main show. Tune into that tonight as we talk about potential targets I would be looking at above this all-time high. But to be quite honest with you guys, we are running out of resistance, just absolutely smashing through these levels. And if you've ever seen that gif of the Grim Reaper with the Bitcoin head on it, and he's just like all bloody and stuff, and the doors say 50K, and then it's like blood leaking out of the door, 60K, blood leaking out of the door. This is literally the visual and actual chart representation of that meme, just absolutely destroying all of these levels. And if you watch these live stream, guys, hopefully you are learning why we are looking at these levels, why we expect certain levels to get hit, why we hold the long positions when people are super bearish. Oh my God, why don't you close your longs? There is no reason to close the long. I'm looking to go to higher prices. And even on the live stream last night, I was saying guys, I am going to be holding for that next level at 57K, but we've been sitting out of early shorts and waiting for those higher prices so many times in a row, and they always come. I kind of felt like I was due to be wrong. But the crypto gods blessed us once again, allowing us to get that move to the upside and allowing us to hold those long trades for longer. No pun intended. I guess that's kind of a pun. But allowing us to hold those long positions into these higher prices and milk these things for every single dollar that they're worth. And shout out to the CandleMafia because I see you guys out there doing it as well. I did get a bunch of messages today. So, but yeah, shout out to the Mafia. But this is what I'm going to be looking for in the longer term, guys. Really, again, this is the last major level of resistance. And then once we break that high volume node one more time, $61,161, we flip that. I would be expecting at least close to all-time highs. And just in general, guys, looking at the volume profile, looking at things in terms of volume profiles or ranges, we went from the value area low. We got that journey all the way up to the POC. We got the turbulence at the POC. We then got above that POC, went for the value area high as expected, and now we are deviating to the upside. So I don't want anyone to think that we're just blindly perma bullish here, right? Because that is not the case. As soon as we see those bearish confirmations, we are going to be very, very cautious, looking for some potential pullbacks. Now, some things to keep an eye on. This is something we looked at on the live stream yesterday, is going to be a potential bearish divergence on the daily time frame, higher highs on your price into a very key level of resistance. Even a little bit more weight on this because it is a 786 Fibonacci retracement level, which, as you guys know, even on the longer time frames or the lower time frames, when you're looking at these Fibonacci retracements, typically when you get that retracement to the upside, if you are going to get a correction or get a lower high before a pullback, it does oftentimes happen at that 786. We look at this on the lower time frames constantly. This is applicable to the higher time frames as well. So going to be keeping an eye on that, and that daily bearish divergence may be something to watch. Now, this is not printing. It's not even flashing just yet. It's definitely not confirmed. So you got to wait for that red dot to print on Market Cipher B to confirm that printing of the bear div, and then wait for that red dot to confirm the actual divergence. And that, wherever price is at that time, if we are putting that bear div into this level still, that would be where I would be looking for a bigger pullback. But as long as we remain, in my opinion, guys, above this value area high, this is why the volume profiles are amazing, because it gives us context. If we start getting a pullback, everyone's like, oh my God, is the pump over? Is the pump over? You know that you have this value area high just below, and as long as you're able to stay above this, the next stop, in my opinion, is probably going to be that $61,161 high volume node. Now, again, Bitcoin, I'm not saying go there right this second. Give us a chance to breathe here. But that would be the next level I'm looking at, as long as you're able to hold above that value area low. And again, this is awesome because if you break down back into the range and you cannot get back above your value area high, what are you going to expect? You're simply going to be looking for a move back into your range, potentially targeting your POC, which is coming in at 47.3. It's still going to be a key level level of support. But as of right now, you remain above this value area high, guys. We could look for higher. And to be honest, like I said this in the Discord last night, like I know this sounds crazy. Like I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth. But if we break this 786 and that high volume node doesn't give us a big rejection, we could be looking for all-time highs, guys. Insane. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that we're going to get all-time highs. Remember, this has not happened historically. We have never put in an all-time high before the actual halving takes place, so keep that in mind. But this is what we're looking at. These are the key levels. Now, real quick, I want to go into the local price action here and talk about what has happened locally here. Now, something that is very interesting to me is we actually did wind up swing failing this level. Let me go ahead and hide these macro levels and take a look here, right? So we did actually get a little bit of a swing failure on this high right here. However, if I go ahead and pull up the heat maps, you guys can see here, we did grab some of that liquidity up here, but we do still have a nice fat chunk of liquidity up here, which does make me suspicious that these highs may get taken again. And, you know, usually when you get a legitimate swing failure pattern, you get one of those fat wicks to the upside, like one of those big boys like that, and then you get the swing failure pattern, and that is where you get a bigger correction to the downside. I'm not saying this can't continue down. Like, technically, this wasn't SFP. This could wind up being the thing that gives you the bigger correction. But, you know, typically when you get that little dip into the level, you do wind up swing failing. You know, a lot of times you will come up and get a full swing failure with that nice big liquidation candle that you like to see on these SFPs before the big correction comes in. Very, very hard to tell if we're going to come back up there, but we do indeed have that liquidity sitting up here. So it does kind of increase the chances that we will see those prices come again and potentially, you know, look for potentially see a swing fail that for a bigger correction. But other than that, guys, pretty not interesting, but this is really nice because as you guys know, I do not like to trade these parabolic vertical moves to the upside. There really is nothing to trade here. As you know, we like to get those ranges, pull our volume profiles, get context into what the market is doing. That way we can actually find long positions when we know that the market is, you know, contextually oversold, right? When you dip below that value area, this is the fair price for Bitcoin. When you dip below that level, this isn't a cheap Bitcoin. This is where you're looking for longs to ride it back up to the high, and vice versa. When you come to the high of the volume profile, you're looking for those shorts back to the downside. And you can see this is pretty dang reliable, even if you just make it to that POC. But this is where I like to find my trades, right? We look for the long positions at the low of the range. And if you're in the premium Discord, looking at the longs from the low of the range here, chances are this thing is running for you and you are long from the bottom. Shout out to anybody in the premium that caught those trades. But obviously on paper accounts, we only demo trade. But, you know, this is, I don't like trading these big vertical moves. So what is nice that's going on right now, guys, is we are looking like we are starting to form a little bit of consolidation here, which is nice, right? Because now we can get some context. We can pull our volume profile and say, hey, now we know that contextually, right, or you know, in the context of this time frame, you know, if we do wind up coming down to this value area low, this could be considered a potentially locally overbought, oversold Bitcoin, and we could potentially look for long positions down here, and just in that same manner, look for shorts at the value area high. Because what happened right here, we simply deviated from the value area high, got a swing failure pattern, which would have been a very nice confirmation to look for a move back into your POC, and then, you know, if we remain stuck below this value area high, we could go back down to the value area low, which also has confluence with some local Fibonacci levels. So if we go ahead and pull some of these, you can see just underneath these lows, we do have this golden pocket sitting here. And like I did just show that heat map, we do have liquidity sitting down there. Not as much than is above the highs, though. So, you know, I know a lot of people say, you know, wherever the more liquidity is sitting is where price has to go first. This is not the case, right? This is, in my experience, that is, you know, you can't approach trading like that, where it's like, oh, there's more liquidity above, we have to go up before we go down. You're going to wind up leaving money on the table more often than not. So there's no guarantees just because you have more liquidations up here that you're going to come up first. So you actually do have liquidity below and above. This is oftentimes what creates these ranges. You come up, you grab that liquidity, reversal, grab that liquidity, reversal, grab liquidity, reversal, right? So to note, there is a little bit more liquidity up there. However, this is kind of the context that I am looking at the markets in, simply looking at this volume profile from this little area of consolidation, using it as my context to potentially look for shorts and longs locally while we wait for that potential bigger breakdown to the bigger key levels, again, that macro value area high, or that next big breakout to our next key level to the upside, which is that high volume node at $61,161. So, guys, I think that is all the time I got for today's live stream. You know, like I said, actually, let me take a quick look at Ethereum. I didn't realize I still have a few minutes here, but I am going to have to hop off. But let's take a quick look at ETH. And as you guys know, we have been looking at our next major target on Ethereum up here at $34.95, almost $3,500. It is the macro value area high of the range, which is obviously, coming up very, very closely. This is very similar to Bitcoin, where you see that value area high sitting there and you say, hey, going to be pretty likely that we come up and hit that level, just like when we were consolidating down here. We thought maybe there was a potential possibility of a bigger cool-off coming before we hit the value area high, but we were open to the idea of coming up, and we knew that we'd eventually get sucked towards that level. Very similarly, looking at something almost exactly the same on Ethereum. Kind of, even if we start consolidating down here, it's going to be like identical to Bitcoin. And then, whether we get a cool-off first before hitting the value area high, or it plays out like Bitcoin, where it just gets sucked up to that magnet, as you would expect. This would kind of be what I am expecting next out of Ethereum. Now, and again, it doesn't mean just because this is here, we're just going to Lambo candle straight up there. But eventually it is going to be more likely than not that we come up and hit that level. Now, coming on over to the daily, fresh green dot really confirmed. I believe that confirmed, 2 days ago maybe. 12-hour. Come on, there we go. 12-hour, these bearish divergences are forming, but when you have money flow this thick in the green, guys, you want to take these bear divs, not with a grain of salt. It's not that they won't play out, but they're not going to play out like if money flow was coming out, right? Like if you had a bear div, like you have right here, right? You have that higher high on your price action. You have that lower high on your momentum wave, right? Bada boom. Right, but look at your money flow coming out. That's what gives you the big corrections, right? When you have money flow in the thick green like this, I would be careful with those divergences. Although they can indicate the pullbacks, I wouldn't be looking to short them to zero. Really just interested in seeing these higher prices taken. So now, with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time I got for today's quick little emergency Bitcoin meeting. So I do have to hop into this meeting, and like I said, it is a pretty exciting meeting. I think you guys probably know these people. I don't want to spoil anything, but there may be something coming very soon. So I got to go hop in this, but thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I just wanted to keep you guys updated on what I'm thinking about Bitcoin as we've gotten that nice move up to that $57,000 level that we were literally looking for last night. Again, not saying I knew it was going to come that quickly, but hey, sometimes that TA plays out exactly as you want. So shout out to the CandleMafia. Shout out to everybody there who has learned from us and is making money out there in the markets trading. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Blue Punk Rocker for dropping that chat. I appreciate the kind words, man. And shout out to the Mafia. And with all that being said, guys, I will see you later tonight on the main show, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will be talking about those higher price targets. If we do see a new all-time high for Bitcoin this year, where can we be looking for that all-time high to come in? We're going to be talking about it on tonight's show. So I'll see you guys there. Smash the like button on your way out. We got 182. Let's run it up to at least 450. Hit them on the way out. I'll see you guys later tonight. That's all I got. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide, never see me coming, I'm a landmine, yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, on demand, if you ain't know, you about to understand, yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand, yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that, yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag, yeah, and we ain't never going back now, future expedited, now we on the fast track now, they won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now, it's time to act out, here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out,